Hello family, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angela and this channel is all about beauty, fashion, and life. Now, I oftentimes do fashion videos or beauty videos, more so fashion than anything else, or haul videos or new in and showing you pieces. And lately I've had my daughter come in and do some videos as well so you can see the pieces in different sizes. But I said this channel is about beauty, fashion, and life. And so I wanted to start incorporating more lifestyle or life type videos. I'm gonna try to do some blogging. See, I don't even know the word. Vlogging. I'm gonna try to vlog this weekend and see how it goes. And also do more sit down and chit chat videos where I pick a topic or I ask you guys for questions or suggestions for videos and do that as well. Just kind of make it a more well-rounded type of channel, not just fashion, but just a more well-rounded channel. More of what I designed the channel to be in the first Okay, so apparently I talk a lot with my hands. I think it helps to calm me down so I'm not as nervous, because I don't get quite as nervous as I used to, but I still get a little nervous. So production and I told production we need to come up with a hand gesture. Don't say anything because it'll throw me off. Just a hand gesture to remind me to just kind of calm my hands down a little bit. So I was just talking and he went. Anyway, oh no, I can't help it. I'll try to, I don't know, it may be distracting. You guys let me know in the comment box. Just let me know if my hands are distracted. Anyway, so I just want the channel to be more well-rounded, a combination of the beauty, fashion, and life. So in my last video, I asked you guys for suggestions for videos and questions, and you all left me lots of questions, and I chose 3 to answer. Now, the second question, I'm so sorry. I can't remember who gave me this question. I didn't write it down, so I will try to remember to do that next time. So the first question is from Tracy, and it says, let's say you have been done wrong. My notes are over here. Let's say you have been done wrong. How did you handle it? Did you forgive? The second question, I'm so sorry I did not write your name down, but the question is, have you ever had to break off a friendship? Why and how did you do it? And the third question is from Shakira, and it's, how did you finally realize your worth? Now, if you'd like to hear my answer to all of these questions, then stay tuned. Now, let's get started. I don't know why I'm so happy. Just chippery. Okay, you ready?
You're chippery?
Chippery. Probably has to do with this jumpsuit.
I didn't know that was a word, chippery.
Yes,
it is now though, huh?
It's a word, honey.
So,
Okay, you ready?
you look beautiful, honey.
Thank you.
All right, ready?
Yes. Okay, before I get started, I know you're gonna ask me about this outfit now. I know it is fall, but I'm in Texas and the high today was 86. It was hot. Anyway, hubby and I went out to dinner. We got to dinner lunch, had a business lunch, and we were out looking around at different shops, and I saw this Free People store, and I was like, oh, Free People, I love Free People. Y'all know y'all had that yellow jumpsuit, that yellow two-piece, not jumpsuit, I'm sorry, the yellow two-piece outfit, and it came in mauve, and you all absolutely love that. So I was like, let me go in Free People, because I love Free People too. And I tried on this dress, and as I was taking the dress off, there was a rack. And I saw these colors on the rack, and I was like, what is that? So I went over and grabbed it and tried this on. Obviously, I loved it because I have it on, but let me show y'all. This is not a dress. So you see see the back? It has elastic right here. This is a jumpsuit. I don't have on shoes because it's too long, and I wanted you all to see exactly how long it is. So it's a jumpsuit. I'm 5'3.5", and production said it's about 4 to 5 inches too long for me. So if you're even 5'6" or 5'7", this will probably really fit you perfectly. But guess what? Look, it got pockets, or it has pockets. It's just absolutely fabulous. I absolutely love this. And it's really, really roomy. I know this is a size small and I wear a size 6 in dresses, but this feels like it would go up to probably a size 10. And it's a small because it has the elastic down here and this stretches and there's lots and lots of room in here. I am gonna have to get it cut off because I really want to wear it during the summer and I want to wear it with sandals. So I just want it to be a perfect length. So I'll have some, unfortunately, I'll lose some of the pattern, but it is what it is. But I'm going to have it cut off so it fits me just like this, hits the floor just like this, but it's beautiful. It comes in 2 different colors now. She is a pretty piece of coin. I think it's around $228. And it's certainly a summer outfit, although I would wear this now with some, if it were shorter, with some white sneakers, or maybe a few weeks ago with some white sneakers and a white button-down shirt under this, the long sleeve. I think that would be really cute. That would be really cute. But it's like a silk type of, a thick, maybe silk type of fabric. It's not cotton, but it's absolutely beautiful. Here it is. Yep, and it comes in 2 different colors. I'm gonna order the other one too. But I love this. I just thought y'all would absolutely love it as well. Okay, so I thought I'd sit in my living room and answer these questions. So I need to be a little relaxed because this is gonna take me down memory lane. So I'm gonna start with the first question. It's from Tracy, and it's, let's say you have been done wrong. How did you handle it, and did you forgive? So I thought I'd call the answer to this question the tale of 2 Angelas. Young Angela, who did not know her value, who did not know her worth, who was not quite insecure, but somewhat insecure, who just didn't know, who really just did not know her worth. And then evolved Angela, who figured out that she was worthy of dignity and respect and love and admiration and kindness and gentleness. So yes, I have, like all of us, we've all been done wrong, and the way I handle it in my 20s and the way, or in early 30s, and the way I would handle it now at 50 is completely different. So I'll tell you a story. Actually, I'm going to tell you 2 stories. And the first story is from the life of young Angela. And by young, I mean in her late 20s and early 30s. I had this boyfriend that I was madly in love with. Now, he was much older than me. But I was really, really in love with him. And I think he was in love with me too, but I think at some point he began to take me for granted. He started getting a lot of attention from women. Let's back this up, because I did what a lot of women do. I met this man. I've always loved fashion. Completely changed his wardrobe. Like, we'll go out, I like this, you should get this, and you should get this, and you should get this, and don't wear this, don't get that. So once all that happened over a period of time, and he was good looking, I'm just saying, he started getting a lot of attention from women. And I think for some reason, at some point, I really feel like he started, the level of respect he had for me started to diminish. The value he felt that I brought, or what I brought to the table, started to diminish. And mind you, I'd already had my nursing degree, but I was so young and so naive and just had no clue what my worth was. And he would be so blatantly disrespectful, not mean towards me, but this is what he did all the time. He would see, if we were together, first of all, he didn't want to hold my hand, which, some people don't like to hold hands, and I didn't think anything of it. He didn't want to hold my hand. And then he would stare at other women while he was with me. Like, I remember one time we were at the mall. We're walking together as a couple. He was staring at this woman's behind so hard that he was walking towards a pole. And I'm looking at him, looking at her, staring at her, walking with me. And I'm just gonna let him hit this pole. And he just finally turned around when he was probably within 10 inches away from the pole and just looked at me. Didn't even say, I'm sorry, nothing. nothing. And I remember being so hurt by that incident and incidences like that, but still staying in that relationship and not even having a conversation, not even saying, I don't appreciate you doing this. You're doing it to me. This is disrespectful. This is uncalled for. I'm not going to accept it. You know, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Or just leaving, like, because you can't change people. If that's what he wanted to do, then he should be allowed to do that, but just not with me. One time we used to ride horses, and we were at my HBCU, and we were going to do a parade, and then we had the girls from the college, the local college, and you know how they dressed, and they were really cute with the little skimpy stuff on for the parade. And he's just staring. Like, we're all there together, he and I, and there was a whole group of us, because we're going to ride horses in the parade. Whole group of us, and I mean, he is just like, just as if I am not even present, or just a complete lack of respect for me. And now that I look back on it, I don't blame him. I blame me. I take the responsibility. It is all me. It's not me that he did it. It is me that I stayed with him and continue to allow him to be disrespectful to me. And that sort of incident happened again and again. One time we were at a funeral, his uncle died, and I remember this, it was him and 2 or 3 other guys, and I was somewhere, I was talking to someone, and I came and I started walking towards them. So I could hear them talking, and he's again staring at this other woman, just like just staring. And then one of the guys that was with him, he turns around, he sees me coming, and he says, Angela is coming. Guess what he says? I don't care. I heard him say, I don't care. I did not have the self-worth and self-respect to not pull him aside right then, but even later on say, you know, this is unacceptable. I don't deserve to be treated like this. I just cried, and he just acted like I wasn't, like he hadn't done anything. I just cried and said, pouted for a few days, and it just hurt my feelings again and again and again and again. And I think that's because I grew up seeing stuff like that happen, so it seemed like the norm to me. Even though my heart is saying this is not normal, this is not okay. My brain is saying this is the norm, but for me, that was probably one of the biggest I've been done wrongs. But again, I don't blame him. I blame myself for continuing to stay in that relationship. And I don't know why I did it. I don't know, because there were good times and there were bad times. But any relationship has good times and bad times. But that's not a bad time. That is who he was, or who he is. I don't know if that's him now, but that was who he was. And had I known my worth, I would not have stayed in that relationship. And I stayed in that relationship for a long time. So that was young Angela who doesn't know her worth, who didn't know her worth, who didn't know her value, who didn't have the level of self-respect that I have for myself now. That's some of the things I had to go through with him. Now, move forward to evolved Angela. Angela who knows her worth, who loves herself, who has self-respect. So I was dating this guy, and this is after I moved to Saudi. I was dating this guy, and it was a long distance relationship. He was still in the U.S. I met him in the U.S. We were long distance and stuff. And I said, I'm coming home. And he lived in has a huge family business in my hometown, but then he had another business in California. So I was like, I'm coming home. He was going to be in California. I've never been to California. I'll come to California, and then I'll fly home. So I flew to California, and it was a long flight from Saudi Arabia to California. It was a long flight. I was exhausted. The jet lag was horrible. So I got there. We had nice time the first day. The second day, I was there, and the jet lag just hit me really hard. And I was like, I have to go to sleep. I am exhausted. I have to go to sleep. I need to take a nap or something. I don't remember what time it was. It was in the early afternoon or late afternoon. Anyway, it was like, you should rest. Go ahead and rest. And I lay down to take a nap. And I woke up and he was nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. And I was like, what in the world? So I'm texting him and I was like, I just woke up. Where are you? Guess where he was at? He was at a bar. Now, I have flown all the way from Saudi Arabia to see you. I had to take a nap because I have jet lag. And instead of you staying home or doing whatever you need to do, you decided you need to go to a bar for whatever reason. And then he comes back and, Evolved Angela's like, I don't understand what's going on. I flew all this way to see you and you couldn't take a nap and you couldn't stay here and find something to do for a few hours. You felt like you need to be entertained that much. And then he catches an attitude. And in him catching an attitude and trying to give me what his excuse was or what his justification for going to a bar was, he cursed. He cursed at me. I said, who are you talking to? Oh. And then I don't even remember what his response was because my mind started. I need to go to the bathroom. I go in the bathroom. Now I've been in Saudi. I download Uber. Download Uber on my phone. Look at Uber, type in the address so I can get a ride to the airport. Right thing said, she said, I booked the ride, said it'd be there in 10 minutes. I packed my stuff so fast. And he's sitting on the bed looking like, what are you doing? Conversation was over. There was no conversation to be had. There was no excuse. There was no explanation. There was nothing. There was no conversation to be had. You will not ever have the opportunity to curse at me again, to be disrespectful to me. I do not deserve to be talked to like in that way. I don't care how angry you are. We're dating, no sir. I didn't even answer. I completely ignored him as if he was. Pack my stuff, put my shoes on, grab my suitcase, and I'm walking. He's just walking behind me. Where you going? What you doing? Where you going? What you doing? By then the Uber lady was in the driveway. And he stood in the driveway like this. Where you going? I took such and such days off from work. What are you doing? No conversation to be had. Put my bags in the back of the car. Put my other, she was like, do you need to talk to him? Got in the car, boom, closed the door. I ain't seen him since. Blocked on Facebook, blocked on Instagram, blocked his phone, blocked LinkedIn, everything, blocked. No conversations will you ever have with me again. Never again. You will never get the opportunity to disrespect me again. Never. Because it was early on in our relationship. If this is what you're going to do to me now, and this is a honeymoon phase, how are you going to treat me? Who treats a lady? I'm a lady. You don't treat me like that. You don't talk to me like that. Nope. Absolutely not. Out. That's Evolved Angela. So, did I forgive him? No. If I saw him, would I speak to him? Honestly, probably not. I'd probably just look at him. The first gentleman, did I forgive him? I don't know. I just don't think about either one of them, ever. Don't think about, after I broke up with the first guy, I did eventually break up with him. And it was a very, very painful breakup for me because that wasn't the reason. That wasn't even the reason I broke up with him. And the reason was I was still in love with him. I always knew I was supposed to be somebody's mother and somebody's wife. And I told him that. And so he knew that I was not going to stay with him forever, being his girlfriend. I'm not going to do that. So he gave me an engagement ring. Never mentioned marriage again. And one of my girlfriends, who I'll talk about in a few minutes, Alicia, he's not going to marry you. He's not going to marry you. Like, I can marry you. No, he's not. He's not. And I never even had that conversation with him. I decided if he wanted to marry me, if a man wants to marry a woman, he'll do it. She didn't have to talk to him about it. She didn't have to beg him to do it. She didn't have to blackmail him to do it. She didn't have to push him to do it or harass him to do it. He's going to do it on his own. And one day I woke up and I said, this is it. This is it. I'm done with him. I'm not going to entertain the conversation. I'm not asking him why he hasn't asked me to marry him, because if he wanted to, he would have asked me. There's nothing to be said. And I called him and told him I wanted to go out to eat, and this is not funny. Told him I wanted to go out to eat, and he had no clue at the restaurant when I told him I'm done. He was like, done with what? He didn't have a clue. I'm with you. We're done. I said, what are you talking about? We're done. I'm done. I'm done. I broke down and cried really hard, but I meant what I said, and that was into that. So I'm not angry with either one of them, especially him, because I feel like even though he did me dirty in those instances, that I'm responsible for me, and I should make certain that I am taken care of, even though I just didn't know that at that time, but I still don't blame him for that. For some reason, I'm not angry with either one of them. So I guess in my heart, I forgive him. I don't know. I don't think about him. Doesn't matter. If I saw him, okay. If he spoke, I'd speak. If not, then I would be okay with it. That's the end of that. So that's the end of that question, Tracy. The second question is, have you ever had to break off a friendship? Why and how did you do it? Yes, I have. And the one that sticks out in mind, not that often though, but the one that sticks out in mind is, I used to be a nurse man. I've been in nursing leadership for a long time. And one of my first leadership position was on a nursing unit that I worked on. I did it twice. Never ever. If you want to have a headache and a bunch of heartache, become the boss of your colleagues. It's the worst move ever. Anyway, so that's what happened to me. I became a nurse manager, and then so all the people that I worked with now became, what do you call them, honey? All became my staff. And it was hard for me at first, because you have to do it. There has to be some separation. You have to really, really watch what you say and what you do. The people that were your friends, they can still remain your friends, but you have to draw a black and white line at work. And there was I had two really good friends at work, and both I love dearly. But one, for some reason, there are sometimes you'll have friends who, for some reason, I guess they're insecure in themselves, who get jealous of your other friends. And I think this was that situation. So this particular friend, I'll call her Mary. Mary would almost harass, let's say, I'll call her Allison. Mary would just almost harass Allison, and Allison and I were closer because we had been working together for a long time. Like, she just kept messing with her first, just doing little things, and then she would do stuff at work. Like, she would do things where I would have to counsel her as her manager, which was challenging because, we were friends, and it came to a really bad head where, like, she was like literally following Allison down the hallway. And Allison was like, Angela, she don't know me. Now, Angela, she don't know me. Allison is from the hood, like me. Allison was in the military. I knew exactly what she meant when she said, Angela, she don't know me. Allison had gotten saved. She was walking the straight and narrow at church. I mean, life just did amazing woman, still is. Angela, she don't know me meant if she didn't leave me alone, I'm gonna pretty much punch her in her face. She better stop. And I had to, like, literally, physically, what is going on? Like, stop, you have to stop. And I had to break that friendship off. One, because you don't treat people like this, period. And two, because this is my job. I'm the manager on this unit. So anything that goes down here is my responsibility and a reflection of my leadership. And I can't have one staff member reporting that she's been harassed by another staff member. That will all fall on me. And secondly, if you're truly my friend, we're friends. If you're my friend, you would never put me in a position to choose between you and my job. She probably felt like she was putting me in a position to choose between her and Allison, but that's not what she was doing. She was putting me in a position to choose between her and my job. And when I say my job, I mean being able to pay my mortgage, being able to pay my daughter's college tuition, being able to feed myself, and give my mama some money every now and then. What you will not do if you're my friend, you're not gonna put me in a position to choose between you and all of that, because at every chance I'm gonna choose my livelihood. I have to feed myself. I have a child I have to feed and raise and things I have to do. Why would you do this? Because of whatever's going on with you. So yeah, I had to completely break that friendship off. And it was very challenging because we still worked together. Eventually she moved to another department, but she still was on my unit for some period of time. And then I just had to tell her there's no conversation to be had. You did this, that was wrong, and you can't do that. This is the consequences of this. And now I have to write you up. And you've caused all this angst in my department. And I don't need for this sort of thing to become commonplace. Everybody's seeing it. I don't need to get back to my manager. So I need to nip this in the bud. And this is not something a friend would do to me, and I was very disappointed, and I was very hurt by it, because we were good friends. She had beautiful children. I loved her children, loved them dearly. And so that was very, very hard for me, because I loved Allison and still do. We still will text every now and then. We still attend the same church when I go home. So I had to break that friendship off. And she tried for a long period of time to kind of keep in touch with me. I just stopped. I didn't block her though. I did not reply to any text messages, and she would make comments on my Facebook page. I didn't respond to anything that she did, and so that was very, very challenging, and that's how I did it. That was hard. Okay. And finally, Shakira said, "How did you finally realize your worth?" Girl, that was a combination of just growing older, living life's experiences and going through. And, when you go through hardships and you feel like you're just going to die, like your heart is aching. It feels like sometimes your heart has just been ripped physically out of your body. You have all these physical responses to stress and hard times. Your stomach hurts and you're just crying. Although it seems bad at the time, it genuinely, and it should make you stronger. It really should make you stronger. And I really feel like for me, those valleys really made me a stronger person. So it was a combination of that and becoming friends with women who really knew, not just women, men too. As you get older, hopefully most of us, as you get older, you'll have a circle of friends. And sometimes that as women, that includes men as well. It kind of gets a little difficult because men start getting married, and unless you're friends with the wife, then that kind of has to fade off because she not having it most of the time. But I became friends with not a lot, with women who were very, very self-assured, who knew their worth from an early age, which was amazing. So it was just fascinating to talk to them and listen to their stories, how they went through trials and tribulations as well, but they knew their worth early on. And it's just, I don't know how, even if I had girlfriends who were raised by single mothers like myself, but still somehow they knew their worth earlier. Their mothers kind of taught them and you told them you're worthy. And then some women who had fathers who told them they're worthy, but I think they had a huge, huge impact on me realizing my worth and my value, and the ladies that come out that I like, the two that stick out most, not just three, that stick out the most are Alicia, Carmen, and Sheila. Alicia opened my eyes to being comfortable in myself, and it's okay. When you become comfortable in yourself, then you can appreciate the beauty of another female. She helped me to realize the importance of friendships, and I love her so much. I just absolutely love her. Carmen, that was my road dog. Carmen was my road dog. Her children are my godchildren. My grandchildren are her godchildren. That was my road dog. Carmen is absolutely beautiful. They all are. They're absolutely beautiful and sweet as she can be. But she's from the moment I met her, first of all, when we met, we were like, She turned her nose up at me. I turned. It was so fun. Anyway, from the moment I got to know her, I could see just not her outer beauty, I could see her inner beauty, and it just radiated. And it's just every time I was around her, I could see her warmth and her joy. She has such a joy, a genuine, heartfelt joy. Her smile is amazing. It's infectious, and just being around her. And then watching her, and then watching Alicia, how she carries herself with authority and intelligence and presence. And Sheila helped me grow because she saw the Angela that I did not see. She saw that Angela that I am now. She saw this Angela when she first met me, but that's not the Angela I was, but she saw that and treated me as such. Not that she would ever be disrespectful, but she saw in me what I did not see in myself. And these are just, and all three of them are nurses, and two of them have doctor's degree. Like, they're just amazing, amazing human beings. But being around those women who all three are very strong, very self-assured, who know their worth. Being around them, it just helped me grow as a woman, as a friend, as a nurse, as a mother. Sheila had older children. My daughter was older than Alicia's children. Carmen's babies are younger than all three of ours, but they all helped me. But Sheila helped me grow as a mother, as a leader. She was my sounding board at work. And she just being around her and watching her with her family and watching her teach. She used to teach on a college level. I think they had a huge impact on helping me to realize my worth, along with all the life experiences that I've gone through. Well, that's it, family. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really, really honestly hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Last video, you all said you did, and I really enjoyed doing this video. Again, thank you so much. And don't ever feel like you leaving me a comment is a waste of your time. I really greatly appreciate the comments and the suggestions that you leave me in the what box, honey?
Comment section.
In the comment section below the video. I try my best to get to all of them. I unfortunately cannot, but I really try to get to all of the comments. But I really, really appreciate you taking your time and leaving me those comments and suggestions.
You read all of them.
Huh?
You read every single one.
I try to. I don't know if I get to all of them. I usually spend, after the video goes live, I usually spend at least minimum an hour that day, hour to hour and a half. And then every day I take some time and sit aside to go in and read my comments and respond to comments on my YouTube video. So if I don't get to your comment, I'm so sorry, but I do legitimately try. But thank you so much for spending some of your valuable time with me. I really, really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would so much greatly appreciate it. You can just hit that subscribe button below. And if you'd like to be notified when we upload videos twice a week, you can just hit that notification bell, and YouTube will notify you that Angela has uploaded a video. Again, thank you so much, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.